Hey guys, it's Eric, owner of Farpoint Farms here in the mountains of North Carolina. Today I wanted to do a 5-year follow-up video. This is a 5-year follow-up on the HD Stacker antenna. Now as you can see here, it is on an antenna rotor. It does have a preamp, mast-mounted preamp, which is the only type of preamp you really want to be putting in with these things. And 5 years of use. Now this is, I wouldn't say it's a cold climate, but we get an average of about 70 inches of snow here, and in wintertime, summertimes are fairly mild, about 85, 86 degrees, about the hottest it's going to get. Overall, I'm not going to give it a stellar review, to be honest with you. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit on it. It has held up well, mechanically. The unit itself is physically still in good shape. None of the rods have fallen or broken off. None of the plastic has deteriorated or cracked. But the antenna performance is not all that impressive. And that's why I'm not that impressed overall. I'm really shocked. I mean, this thing got pretty high reviews on the internet. I know when I put it up initially, I had some concerns, thinking that perhaps, the old Radio Shack, I think it's VU190 or VU120 would have been a better match if they had still made it, but of course they didn't have those anymore. This was supposedly, more modern. Obviously the VHF being narrowed down into just a lower band, not having to have such a large VHF antenna array, and the UHF should have been a pretty good setup. But I bought one of these $20 units off of Amazon, and I'll be damned if the thing doesn't get the same exact amount of channels with that as it does with this. And sometimes that little $20 antenna will outperform this. Now, before somebody says that it has to be an installation error, I want to let you know that I've done these installations many times over the years, and I don't use cheap cabling. I mean, that's quad shielded RG6, and everything's taped off and insulated. And that preamp is a good preamp. I verified that it's working. In fact, I actually replaced the original preamp that was up there because I was so concerned that the performance was so poor. And you can say that it's not pointing in the right direction, but I've got an antenna rotor on it, so I try to fine-tune the channels. But, yeah, so I'm not bashing it. Quality-wise, it's a quality product, and perhaps in a different environment, maybe in a flatter environment, it might outperform one of these cheapo antennas. But where I'm at right now, I got to say, like I said, I'm going to give it a C for 5 years. And that's kind of being generous. I'd like to give it a D, but I just don't know until I replace this with another full-size antenna if I'm going to get similar performance out of that. But considering I could have spent $20 and got the same amount that I have up there for several hundred, yeah, I'm not too pleased with that. I used to pick up about 16 channels. That has degraded down. Now I'm down to usually, and I'm counting sub-channels here, so, I used to pick up 5 transponders. Now I'm down to 2 to 3 transponders. So I get 2 channels on the one transponder, 3 channels on the other, and if the third transponder's coming in, I get another 2 channels. So, not great performance, guys, not great. And again, I don't know if there's something wrong with it that I just can't see, if there's been a failure of one of the insulators or the plastic that just, I can't see it when I'm up there. I don't like to get up on the roof very often, but I have been up there a few times trying to figure out if there's something wrong that I can fix. But no, that's it. So yeah, 5-year review of the HD Stacker, and I'm sure I'll get some comments on this, and that's fine. Again, my results may not be typical. In flatlands, might do great, or maybe I've just got a bad unit, a defective unit. But that's it. I thought I'd be honest about it. I don't generally give bad reviews on anything, but I figured if you're going to spend the money on something like this, it's time consuming to install, you ought to know the full story on that. So that's it. I'm Eric, owner of Farpoint Farms. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Take care.
There's always something that needs a little fixing on Farpoint Farms. Freedom is mighty sweet.